Johnny Rock Show. Rockin' 101, the Rock Station.
8 a.m., the Johnny Rock Show. Calling live from the great state of New Jersey. Ice-T, welcome to the Johnny Rock Show. How you doing?
What's up, Johnny? I'm all right, man. You know, happy to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure. We've never had the opportunity to talk to you. You do everything, but you don't seem to do a lot of radio interviews. So this is great. The new podcast, Ice-T's Daily Game. Now, like I just said, you've done it all, but now motivational life coach. Good Lord, tell us about this, man. Go ahead. Let's hear about this.
Well, it started on Twitter. My Twitter page, on Twitter, I'm listed as Final Level. And I figured a way to get people to come back to my Twitter page regularly was just to drop some science, give them a little game. It's really wisdom, the game of life, you know. And I take motivational quotes I get from other people and myself. And, in the streets, they call it a jewel. When you say something, you say, oh, that's something I need to hold on to. Like, that's a valuable piece of information. And iHeartRadio got at me, and they said, hey, why don't we turn this into a quick podcast? So the podcasts are like 3 or 4 minutes. And they come on every day, and it's a little motivation. I say the quote, and then I try to explain it from my perspective, and you take it or leave it and keep it moving.
I love it. We're talking to Ice-T. His new podcast, Ice-T's Daily Game. Get it wherever you get your podcast. Man, I saw you in the flesh for the first time with Body Count. I think it was like the second ever Lollapalooza. Do you remember that?
First Lollapalooza.
Oh, it was the first. Wow, you're right.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I was telling the story earlier that I got there late, but I had to get there for Body Count. And a buddy of mine said, hey, you should have got here sooner. There was some band just on called Pearl Jam. They were okay, but they're no Body Count.
Oh, no. The one Pearl Jam was on, you're right. That might have been the second one we might have returned, but we were actually in the first one with Butthole Surfers, myself, 9 Inch Nails, James Addiction, Susie and the Banshees, Living Color, who else was on that? And the Rollins Band. That was the first lineup, and that's where we were at. But, hey, if you saw us, that's all that matters, right?
Oh, absolutely. And the band is still cooking, right? I mean, I saw you had done some gigs with them. That's great.
Well, we won the Grammy last year for Best Metal Performance. So, yeah, we're definitely in the house. We're still doing it. Last album was called Carnivore. The new album we're working on right now is called Merciless. So we're definitely in the building. We're touring, gigging still 30 years later. Nice.
Hey, when you were doing New Jack City, did you have any idea that we'd still be watching that thing constantly 40 years later?
Now, how often is your first movie is called a classic? That doesn't happen. Usually when you start out, you got to do a lot of real bad movies before you can get a classic. I came right out the gate with one. And that's what transcended me to be able to be on television for all these years on Law and Order. So, I got the acting bug, and I'm still doing that, too.
Yeah, Chris Rock had some funny jokes about, what was his character? Pookie? He was talking about in his new special. He said, you can't tell, but Will Smith is twice my size. I was Pookie. He was Muhammad Ali.
Right. But Chris is a great guy. Me and him are bonded for life from that movie. Me, him, and Wesley. We all, that was where we started as far as film goes.
Well, right on. Hey, Ice-T, you come back anytime to the Johnny Rock Show. We're going to check out the new podcast, Ice-T's Daily Game. Get it wherever you get your podcasts. I'd love to we should do a podcast ourselves. Johnny and, no, you can have headline. Ice-T and Johnny's Daily Idiocracies or something. I don't. Hey.
Oh, there's definitely a lot of them, too. There's always an angle, you know what I'm saying? One's wisdom and one is stupidity.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Ice-T. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thank you.
The Johnny Rock Show. Rockin' 101, the Rock Station.